It's not being reported, it's being recorded, okay? Okay, right, so we start lying down on the floor and we're just going to start with flexing and pointing the toes, okay? So this is a little technique called flossing, and we will reference this later on throughout the session. So it's a flex and point, and then what I'd like you to do is to bring your feet together. So you might need to rock your hips side to side to make the adjustments, and try and bring your heels together, ankles together, and flex and point again. Okay, now with your head on the floor, I want you, so forget about your feet for a second, I want you to look behind you so your chin lifts, and then press your chin to your chest, and then behind you overhead, and chin to chest. Now you might feel a bit of pressure in the low back here. So from here, oh, do I need to mute you? I think I might need to. Hang on a minute. There you go. Lovely. So from here, what I'd like you to do is combine the feet to the legs. And I don't know about you, but I feel this in my back straight away. So it's chin to chest, pointy toes, flex feet, look overhead. Chin to chest, pointy toes, tighten through your center, feel your buttocks tighten, look overhead, up and over, flexed ankles. So just repeat that a few times, and that is the order you have to do it. Chin to chest, toes. If we go the opposite way to that, what happens then is we stretch the sciatic nerve, whereas at the moment we're just freeing it off. And see now if you can bring your chin to chest, point your toes, and just lift your shoulders a little bit. Neck pull. And then flex again, look overhead. Last time, neck pull, and then release your arms. Okay, keeping the body long, just shake off your knees. Shaky, shaky knees, and take your feet wider. So you're like a little wide V to the inside corners of your mat. Okay, so hands are pointing towards the sky. Stretch your fingers, make your fingers big and wide. Okay, both shoulders lift, both shoulders lower. So we've just pulling the shoulder blades off the ground and then squeeze them into the floor. So extend and lower, lift and lower. Now stop. Now we're going to do one shoulder at a time. One shoulder at a time. And see how this feels. Probably feels a little easier. So we're just sending one up and one down, one up and one down. Let's do that one more time. Well done. Okay, arms out wide, 3 and 9 o'clock. Okay, so we're just for a minute rolling the palms down, rolling the palms up. So we're just feeling the floor and allowing your arms to roll. So palms down, palms up, palms down. If you can get your arms to touch the floor, I'm going to try and open the door because it's very warm in here. And hopefully you can still hear me. Good, okay. So here's the change. So we're staying lying down. This time your arms are going overhead. Bend your knees if it's too much pressure in the back. We're sliding the front of the forearm out to the sides. So we go overhead, bend at the elbows, draw the elbows to 3 and 9 o'clock. Now here you may notice any imbalances. What I'm trying to get you to do is get your elbows to touch the ground. So the front of your forearms stays on the carpet. And to do that now, I want you to see if you can work with the rest of your body to make any adjustments, maybe squeeze the buttocks or change the shape of your spine to try and get your forearms to touch the ground. So it's a real challenge and it's a real observation on your own anatomy. So, Chris, adapt. You know to adapt. Lovely. Okay, so when you're at 3 and 9 o'clock now, I want you to bring your elbows together. Take them out to the side. So elbows, forearms, and little fingers touch and out to the side. Touch, out to the side. Now we're going to do that one more time, and what we're going to do is send the fingers overhead. Draw your elbows down towards your ribs and overhead towards the ceiling. So it's one down and then one up. Try and keep the elbows connected throughout the movement and adjust your spine. Do whatever you need to do to make your elbows stay together. So I'm starting to bring that into a crunch straight away. Lovely. Keeping my forearms together, keeping my little fingers together. And now I'm going to release my arms back out to the sides just for a second, because we need to bring in the hips and waist. So let's go wide with our legs. Drop both knees to the right and then drop both knees to the left. So it's like a big 90-90 shape with your legs. Beautiful. Dropping in one direction and the other. Now let's see if we can look in the opposite direction. Lovely. Okay, draw your knees into your chest and then we draw some circles. Switch direction. Lovely. Okay, so let's go side to side. Hold on to the outside of the knee and shin and really work on pulling your knees apart and just settle there for a second. Now, let go if you can. So what I'm asking you to do is try and release your thighs. Think about your inner thighs and just try and relax there. And now add a little rock side to side. Okay. Relax your pelvic floor for a moment. Tighten your pelvic floor for a moment. Bring your feet up so you're in your half tabletop, your modified tabletop. Lovely, okay. And send your arms towards the ceiling. Okay, little combo coming up. Right hand down, left hand overhead. Left hand down, right arm overhead. Both arms circle out to the side where the carpet is, and then we'll repeat that movement. Left hand down, right hand up. Right hand down, left hand up. Circle on the floor as you return to your starting position. Right arm down, left arm up. Left arm down, right hand up. Circle. Work with your arms. Make your shoulder blades touch the floor. So keep that nice and relaxed and flowing. And repeat. So you've got that 1 and 2, and then the circle. Lovely. 1 and 2, and then the circle. Really work with your shoulder blades here. 1 and 2, and circle. 1 and 2, and circle. Well done. Draw your knees into chest, give yourself a coach. So we're holding the knees into position, okay? You stay there for a second. Let me just tell you what's going on next. Arms will go out wider, so not through 9 o'clock, slightly lower. Bring your knees into chest as tight as you can. Out to the side, touch the floor. Bring your feet to the bottom of your yoga mat and then come all the way back up to the center before we switch directions. So it's a big old circle. It's important your feet draw lines on the floor. Try and get as much of your body, make this big. So try and get as much of your body on the floor. Really work on that big, fat, beautiful circle. Lovely. So with that move, we're starting to bring in the waistline. We're starting to think about all that central power. Lovely, lovely. Well done. Okay, so from here, bring your feet down. A little bit of mobility because we're still thinking about mobility first. So we're coming over onto our bellies and then feet to the sky. And then over onto our back. And then we're going to move to the other side, over onto our belly. Feet in the air. Over again. So you're right. So there's a couple of things going on here, okay? So you're going front to back, front to back. This might make you feel a little dizzy. I hope you feel okay with this. So remember, in this messy movement for midlife, in this part of our work, this is around how we can move the body around the floor, getting on and off the floor. So this also targets our vestibular system. So going from one plane to the other is quite hard. So it might make you feel a bit dizzy, but it's important that we practice this. And it feels really childish. That's what I love about it. There's like, we don't feel like grown-ups when we do this move. Well done. Last time. Okay, and then we find ourselves on our sides, facing me. Okay, right, so this is a push-up because we're starting to migrate upwards. So from here, lying on your side, it's a press down and push up, and then we're going to go back down again. So press down, push up. Essentially, it's a bit of a tricep press. Now, what's going on with the rest of the body? Think about that. So, can you keep your knees closed? Do you stretch out that bottom leg? Which bit's harder? Do you feel quite fluid in the movement? This is the change. We lie down, we push up, we bring the top leg forward. Out to the side, stretch down. Push down, top leg forward. Lovely, and down again, good. Last time, top leg forward, we push forward and backwards. Did you see that? So, we push up, top leg comes forward, use your arm to push forward. Let's do that a few more times, because guess what we're going to do on the other side? Well done. Release, relax, flip sides. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed thinking this through. Right. Okay, so a little remember here. Again, we're moving from one plane to the other. So think about your blood pressure, think about your breath. So we push up again and enjoy that movement. Push up. Lovely. Some of you may feel that on the outside of your hip, that's on the floor. So we're going over a fascia here, so there's a little bit of trigger point work that's coming in, which is lovely. Okay, so this is the change up. So we come up and bring the leg forward. Take it out to the side. Up, bring the leg forward. So what I'm trying to achieve out of this is that we have a favourite side. And I want us to become comfortable rising in both ways, both positions. So now we're starting to rise up a little further, push the body weight off the floor, bring the top leg round, push forward. Well done. Last time up, curl toes, and then rise to a stand. Pump your feet at the top. You all right? Well done, team. Whew. I don't know about you, but it's warm. Right, okay. So, and the other thing is, just the depth of field, being 5'10" is always a challenge. Right, okay, right. So from here, we're going to do some standing strong work. So the first thing I want us to do is to think about pushing the bum back and down, come forward onto your tiptoes, and then rise up to stand. So the bum goes backwards, eye gaze forwards or above, rise onto your tiptoes and come up. When you do this, choose where you like your knees. So I meant your stand. Okay. So there's a couple of things going on here. Settle into a low squat, rise up onto the ball of the feet and push up. And at the top of the movement, then settle your heels down. Come to me. Rise up. Good, 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 good. Just a quick look. See how that feels. So if you're going over a bit of knee pain there and it's quite repetitive, like you're hitting the same sweet spot each time, separate the feet wider, turn the toes out maybe. So you're in more of a sumo squat. And it's finding different variations to rise up and lower down. Too much. Lovely, lovely. Brilliant. Grab some water. Grab a drink. Lovely. So, knee lift, lean, knee lift, drop, squat. Same leg. Knee lift, take it back. If you want to, kick it and drop. Okay. So, knee lift, back, kick it, drop. Same side. So it's balance. And messy, I don't know about you, my knees are going, lovely crunchy knees. Beautiful. Last time. Well done. Other side. So I love the challenge here. How are your knees feeling? We feel okay? Good work. Lovely. Okay. Pump your heels. We're heading to the wall. As we do that though, what I'm looking for, so you can see me, what I'm looking for is arms just slide down as far as they can and up. First move. So we are literally keeping the inside of the forearm, high V, it has to be a high V, even closer together if you can, and bring your hands down. You've all disappeared off screen, it's hilarious. I'm like, oh, where are they? Oh, now I can see you, Chris. You were camouflaged. So that's the first bit, and we're trying to get both elbows to feel equal and even. Put your chest onto the wall. And now start to bend the knees at the same time as your arms slide down. In fact, I lie. Keep your arms high, bend the knees. So keep them up there and bend the knees. Let your bum stick out. Keep your boobs on the wall. Bend the knees, slide down as far as you can and up again. You'll feel really restricted. This one is bonkers for me. So you've got to keep your hands wide, lower down. So for some of us, there might not be a lot of travel. What do you want to do with your legs? Do you want to try it with your knees together and go as low as you can? Or do you want to try it with your toes turned out? You can go deeper. So this will bring in the back, the lats, so big muscles into your back and into your lower back. You may feel this around the middle of the back into your tail. Again, what I'm looking for here is just maintaining that flexibility and mobility around the shoulder girdle. Yeah, and after a moment or two, you're like, what on earth? Because my shoulders ache. Good. Okay, so with that said, come away from the wall for a second. Arms back as far as you can. Arms up and then squeeze your butt. Take your arms back as far as you can. So we're sweeping through. Now in the old days, many of us used to be able to do a full circle. How does that feel? Because that's what all this release is about, is finding that length and feeling that space around the shoulders. As you take your arms back, I really want you to put some effort in the squeeze of your shoulder blades. That squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Beautiful. Last time. Yes, I can see that if it's too much, you alternate, that's fine. But slow and control is fine. We do nothing with speed. Good. Okay, so left hand on the wall. Body walks away. And we're just going to work on leaning in. So essentially, it goes like this. That's what we're doing. Okay, got it? So one hand on the wall, lean in and balance. Oh. So the lower your hand goes, the more intense the movement is, the more we have to rely on our confidence and our balance. And I like this because it does force you to increase the range of movement. It addresses your hands because you can feel that on the supporting hand on the wall, press into the index finger. Other side. Obviously, if this is too much, so work on the cross leg. So keep going, everyone else. cross one over the other, roll down, rise, uncross, recross, roll down, rise. Lovely. The wall people, how do you find that? Nice? Shoulders feel good, ribs feel good. Beautiful. Guess what? We're coming back to the floor, guys. So, God, I feel like we whipped through that really quickly. Okay, so favourite, you know how I feel about this. We're going to progress, always have variations of squats and curtsy squats. So what I'd like us to do is to take the foot forward and lower down, because normally we go behind us, right? So alternate, foot forward slowly, knee to ground, rise, switch sides, big cross, slowly lower, rise. Really, this has to be done with your own concentration. Slow and controlled. And this should feel gorge. This will really fire up the outside of the hip. Lovely. I love that move. Who loves that move? Give me a thumbs up. It's good, isn't it? Well done. Okay, so it is about getting to the floor. So nice and wide. Just work on that hip rock. Okay. Oh, hello knees. I can hear them proper crackling today. Okay. So it's a little rotate and a little rock. And I want you, if you can, to start bringing your body weight forward to me. Pop your hands on your knees as you go side to side. Start to bring in the shoulder. So your shoulder comes into the center of the movement, stretching out through the leg. I don't know about you, but I feel this right into my coccyx and my tail. See if you can give me some more depth in this movement. Lovely. Lovely. Now let's see if we can pop the hands towards the floor. So as we're coming from side to side, see if we can touch down and stay low. Now always for me, and I suspect that's where there's scar tissue, I feel this around the coccyx when I take this low and slow. Now here's the change. We come to one side and I really want you to put the hand to the floor and push through your shoulder downwards. We switch sides, hand to floor, really work on stretching out through the shoulder girdle. Does that make sense? Hand down and then rotate, push downwards with your shoulder blade. Rotate. Okay, settle in the middle. Options, hands to floor, hands to opposite elbows. You're going to just swing for a second, side to side. Take your hands to your feet Bend your knees and see if you can take your hands behind your heels. Just looking like you can do that. From here, take your hands forward, straighten off your legs, but wiggle jiggle your knees. Remember how I always like to say, push movement through every shape. And here, when you're nice and wide, I'm feeling that I have tremors in certain places, stretches in certain places. Really kind of working and moving. One side always feels better than the other. Okay, we walk our hands forward. We walk our feet closer to each other and find ourselves in a downward dog with a bent knee. And we're going for a walk and a little look under our armpits. Really take your time with this. I really want you to go to the extreme ends of this movement. Oh, lovely. Okay, from here we bring the knees towards the floor. Eye gaze towards your hands. Let your knees hover, take a breath. Next breath, rise up. Lower the knees. Exhale, rise up. Lower the knees. Exhale, rise up. Lower the knees. Knees to floor. Relax your feet. Settle down in child's pose. Okay. Oof. Yeah, it's been warm, isn't it? Okay. Lovely. I don't know about you, but I feel great. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is how it's going to look. Really stretching back from child's pose. Coming forward, dropping the hips, looking up, and then I want you to look over one shoulder and then the other. Round to draw that wave as you come back. So there's a flow here. All the way forward, dropping the hips, look over your shoulder, and come back. Breathing as you're going. Last time, dropping those hips, looking up and see if we can lift your knees. Roll your ankles. Press the ground away with your arms. Okay. Push back, child's pose, and settle down. Okay, so it's important from a back point of view, we've got to maintain that flexibility. So what I want us to do is to have a look at hopping your elbows onto the floor, your forearms are down onto the floor. Okay, wiggle jiggle your tail because we're going to push back and see how high we can lift the tail. Another way to do this is imagine you're trying to get your boobs onto the floor and then push back in child's pose. Again, this is about just creating that arch into your back. Really work on getting your tail up because this is we're losing that range of movement in our lower back. See how it feels. And the idea is, and I think we're very British, just work on just sticking your ass up as high as you can. And not be afraid because we just want to tuck it. Just stick it up there. Okay, so we've got that bit. Now from here, Push back onto your shins. And we're going to work on the C shape of the back. So forward, so feel that tilt, and then that round, and that tilt. Too much? We're okay? Lovely. Okay. I know it's a bit late in the class to ask, but a t-shirt, a scarf, something. So if I just, the t-shirt, towel, rope. Okay, what I want us to do, so if I just show you, okay? So the idea is that we start in a high V, and we're going to bring that down towards the chest, up and then shoulders, up and chest, up and shoulders. There you go. Okay, so that's our starting bit. Now I want you to have a go at either doing it with your bottom on your heels and see how that feels. And then try it knelt upright, see how that feels. Because if we don't keep practicing this, we will lose this. We'll lose this range of movement here in the shoulder. If it's too much on the buttocks, stand and do it. But find the thing that works. And it's interesting how many of us bring that neck really forward as we're trying to bring it behind our head. Okay. Okay, then here's where we're going with this, okay? So we're bending the elbows. And we're just going to try and go backwards. So skim over our heads. Work on squeezing the shoulder blades. Now I know I don't have that range of movement, but it's getting better all the time. Okay, and what if we pulled it back, up, down and forward? So back, up, down and forward. Back, up, down, forward, and then here's the big change. We're going to do this lying down. I don't know what this is going to look like. So, forward. Try to see if we can pull it to your chest and forward, head and forward. Now, if it's too much, adapt, modify. Actually, this is really good back strengthening work. So when you're in this position, it is hard, but you're doing really well. Okay. Okay, and then release. Okay, so from here, we did this in Pilates 2. Stretch your left arm into the ground so your elbow is lifted. Right arm, right ankle. Left arm, left ankle. Right arm, right ankle. So, play with this. Start to think about what would happen if I lifted my thigh for my hand to catch my ankle. Can I lift one quadrant? So as my right arm touches, my right chest lifts. How does that look and feel? So I want you to start playing with this movement, because again, this is all back work, but also it's what we call proprioception work. So it's knowing where your body is behind you, the back side of your body, working that extensor chain. or the posterior chain. Lovely. Still alternating, still finding the thing that works for you. Well done, lovely people. And then whilst we're here, we're coming into our favourite scorpion, but there's a bit of a change today. So the leg lifts, it comes down, and then we take our arm overhead in that sunrise arm. So it's a little bit more complicated. Leg lifts, comes over. So let's assume it's the left leg that's come over. Left arm comes round into a sunrise arm. And then back down. Right leg lifts, comes over, right arm, sunrise arms. Now that for me is adorable. Like the whole front side of my body feels stretched. I feel like my spine is lengthened. Beautiful. Lovely. Ah, that's it, surrender. So arms wide, face down, surrender arms, and just give yourself a moment. Just lie there, arms out wide, just surrender. Well done. When you're ready, roll onto your back for me. We're not quite done, team. Not quite done. Okay. So, knees bent. Right leg on the floor. We're going to push up into a bridge and then push down and send the leg long. Look, now watch. Push up into a bridge again. Leg high, knee bend, bridge comes down. So same side. We push up with a bent knee, extend the leg, then drop it down, lower, lift, rise with the leg, bend the knee and down. It's a little combo there. So lift, extend, drop the whole leg, lift the whole leg. Oh. Play with that. So single leg bridges are really powerful movements. Excellent for strengthening around the hip joint. It's definitely one of the progressive and graduating moves out of hip replacement. Well done. And now, are you alternating? No, we've just loaded one side. Let's switch sides. It should be 8 on the other side. Okay. Well done. What are we down to? One more? One more? Okay, draw your knees into chest. Soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out. Walk your shoulder blades together and send your arms overhead. Same thing. Just relax there for a moment. And that's the important thing here. It's talking, it's that listening to your body. Say into it, just come on, relax the chest. Relax your shoulders, it's fine. Relax the feet, relax the ankles. Don't worry if your legs slip away, it's fine. Relax through the buttocks. That's the challenge here. It's just trying to let that pelvic floor, glutes relax. Drawing the knees together, keep your arms overhead, take your right leg onto your left ankle. I meant knee. Right leg onto left knee. Right leg onto left side on the floor. Hold hands at the top and then send it over onto the opposite side. Rise up, come back to your center. Send the same leg onto the same side. So we're bringing that thigh down, not the foot, the thigh. And again, we're going to stretch our arms and stretch into the other side, the opposite corner. Come back to center. Okay, release your arms for a second because they get quite tired overhead. Okay, so opposite foot onto leg, onto thigh, knee. Send your arms overhead. Bring that foot onto the opposite side. Stretch, so really pull and actively stretch your arms onto the other side. Overhead, touching the ground if you can. Try and let go of your bum cheeks because I'll know they're really tense right now. So just try and let it go and breathe and relax. Okay. Come up, come over, allow that thigh to touch the floor on the opposite side and once again stretch away. So you get really working on the diagonals here. Pull your arms, enjoy that stretch. Come back to center. Whew. Hold onto both knees. Once again, separate the knees and just draw some circles. Okay, feet towards the ceiling, and I want you to see if you can hold on to the inside arches of your feet with bent knees. Some people hold on to the outside of the feet. If you want to do that too, that's fine. Actually, let's try that for a change and enjoy that stretch. Just slightly move right to left. So a little rocking side to side. Okay, if you can, hold on to your big toes and then we stretch behind the knees. So we're looking for a straight leg. If you want to hold on to your calves, that's fine too. Shaky, shaky spine. Whew. Slowly release. Take your feet down. Grab a sip of water. Go long. We're relaxing. Oh, my friends. Take a breath. Give yourself a moment. Okay, start with some long, slow breaths into belly. Just slow your breathing down. Still and quiet. Still and quiet. Close your eyes. Let the stillness comfort you. Let it calm you. Relax your body. Let the universe pick you up. Allow it to take you to the stars and keep you safe. If you feel overwhelmed, calmly take yourself into this space. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Letting go, you whisper. It's okay to release. Letting go, my body says, thank you, back to me. Letting go, my mind settles, finding a silence so sweet. Letting go, I feel my body welcoming the peace. This feeling of centeredness, grounded and ease will start to become more available anytime I'm willing to let go and welcome release. Note to self, I don't have to take this day all at once, but rather one step, one breath, one moment at a time. I'm only one person. Things will get done when they get done. Relax. Breathe. It's okay. You have time. When you're ready, create some movement to your fingers and toes. I get the impression you all just want to stay there today. Bring yourself into a seated position when you're ready. Give yourself a moment. You right there, Mary? Okay. Stretch out hands, stretch out fingers, and give yourselves a little round of applause. Well done, my gorgeousness. How you doing? Oh, I'm going to mute you all. How do you feel?
Good.
Okay.
Good. And those were just the words I needed to hear today about having time to get things done. Yeah. Thanks.
Sometimes I don't know where it comes from, so I need to actually like play it back and then write it out what I've just said.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Mary?
Yeah, I was steaming up my glasses. That was the trouble.
All right, okay. Yeah, I know that feeling. Look, this. It does my head in. I've realised that I am the glasses woman. There's always like, and this goes on a lot, and then I'm like, oh, so this is me always. So because our kids isolating, we can't do next week because we can't have a gathering without her. It's simple. So can we do it to the week after? Is that all right? Is that okay? Yeah, cool. Yeah, and
that might be better than well.
Yeah, okay, cool. So Pat, have you got the diary there?
Yeah, I do.
What was it? A Tuesday, wasn't it? Wednesday.
It was Wednesday. What are we now? 25th. So that'll be the 30th. But you're meeting Hannah, so we could do. Oh, you're taking Mother to Exeter. No. Yeah, that following week's a bit crazy. We could do the 7th.
Okay, 7th of July for a little. And actually, life might have settled down again.
What time? 12 o'clock again, or did we say? What time did we say? Can you remember?
Yeah, we said venue to be confirmed, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Fab.